Hello, Virgo. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you want to know what the cards are, they are listed below. I'm not going to spend time covering what the cards are. You can, however, read that below. Now, do keep in mind, this is a general reading for a large audience, so the messages may or may not be applicable to you. They may be someone else's messages. That's okay. When I do pray and prepare, I ask that everyone receives at least one message, but if you're finding that, Nicole, these just are not, they are not resonating with me, it's okay. Go ahead and listen to your moon or your rising sign, because you may get some messages in those. Now, this is going to be a little bit different from what we have done in the past, because since I am running late and do have a lot of things to get done, we are going to do a quick burn and learn. So I am not going to be going into a bunch of details on all the cards like I typically do. I'm going to be just getting quick, down, dirty, giving you your key messages that you need. Okay, so what we have for your current situation, you have this card, Battle. Now as far as so you've got your current situation, recent past, this would be what's happened in the past 1 to 2 months. You have the future potential outcome if you are to take the angel's recommendations and or actions, and then down here at the bottom we have what the angels are recommending for you to do. So you're feeling stuck. Some of you are feeling very overwhelmed. You're in a situation where you don't feel as though you can come up with a solution. You're having difficulties coming up with a solution, coming up with a resolution. And for a lot of you, this is like an internal battle that you're having, because she's on her own. She's by herself. She's even by herself here. But this internal conflict, it's causing additional difficulties and obstacles for you, because our thoughts are powerful. They do create our experiences. And for some of you, you just feel like you see this cross, you feel like it's this cross to bear. For a number of you, this is a situation with love, but you just feel like it's been a burden. It's been a cross to bear. You don't feel like there's a resolution. You don't think that you can fix these things. You feel like you're all alone in it. Some of you are starting to intuitively receive. Many of you actually have received intuitive guidance on how to overcome these hurdles and blocks so you can get yourselves unstuck, but you aren't taking action on that yet. You're not communicating that yet. You're still internally burning and turning and thinking it over and over, but you're not stuck. Now, what's brought you to this point, you have this card, Surrender Outdated Beliefs About Yourself, and at the bottom it says, let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. And then you have this card, Surrender to Setting Limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So again, notice she's not saying anything. She's not speaking anything. So oh good, we didn't knock it off. You can still see everything. Outstanding. So for a number of you, you've gotten to this point where you're like, okay, I need to let him or her know what I think, what I want, what I desire. I need to let them know what my needs are. Because boundaries are good in all relationships, be it a romantic relationship, be it a friendship, be it your children. We need to set healthy boundaries, or otherwise people will walk all over us. And then ultimately that spoils, they're even saying soils the relationship. But it puts the relationship in detriment. It could possibly, if it's a friendship, and say you have this friend, they keep overstepping your bounds, you feel like you're being used and you're constantly giving, you're never receiving, things are totally out of balance. Well, eventually it could put the relationship in so much jeopardy that it's over. You no longer have a relationship with the person, because it leads to resentment and anger. So you are at this point, there is a lot of anger. There have been a lot of, those of you that this is a relationship, there have been heated arguments, conversations, because for some of you, the way that you were raised, your parents did it this way, so you think that you have to continue to do it that way, when in fact you want to do things differently. But you're not saying that, you're not communicating that. It could be things tied to money, tied to finances. For some of you, it could be maybe a relationship in the past, someone cheated on you, and now you're afraid, oh my gosh, what if the same thing's going to happen again? It's this thought that keeps popping up. For some of you, it really is a straight up saying no, if it's something that you don't want to do. And it could be something big, no, I don't want to move, I don't want to buy a new house. It could be something small of, no, I really don't feel like going there for dinner. And as trivial as that seems, if you night after night after night are never getting your needs met, say you don't like seafood, but every night you're constantly having to go to seafood restaurants because they love seafood restaurants, eventually you're gonna be like, you're gonna snap and lose it because your needs are not being met. Relationships should be 50-50. And there's so many of you, they're giving me like, they're blasting with examples. Like for some of you, you keep saying that yes, you'll go to certain events and you don't want to go to the events. So now you've come to this point where you're like, okay, I know I'm keeping myself stuck. I know that I need to start saying no, but you're not yet communicating that. Now, if you do have compassion on yourself and you do start to communicate those things, what you'll have happen in the next 1 to 2 months, you've got this Two of Swords. Now these two guys they're doing battle, but you will crack that nut. Right now your emotions are totally out of balance. If you can start to speak up for yourself, you are going to bring your thoughts and your emotions into balance. You're going to, they keep saying you're going to crack that nut. You're going to come up with the solution, the resolution. You're no longer going to have these issues. You're no longer going to feel as though you're at battle with this person. You're going to feel like, oh, okay, we met in the middle. We came to a solution. All your doubts will be gone. The indecision, because a lot of you, you're kind of like in this wishy-washy, indecisive zone where you keep going back and forth. And again, it's because your emotions are also out of balance. You're back and you're forth every day. But you do have the potential to bring all of that into balance. You do have the potential to make the decision. You do have the potential to take this leap forward, to be the Fool. This is the Fool card. If you see he's about to move forward, there's this crack, he could be terrified, like, I don't want to do that. What if I fall in the crack? But there's no way he's going to fall in the crack. Look how small that crack is. The wheel is going to roll right over it. Easy breezy and smooth. And it's even a downhill slope, if you can see that. So it's not even like it's an uphill battle for you. So this will be easy. You will be able to take this leap of faith into the unknown. You're going to be able to break out of the way you've normally done things. You're going to be able to change things up. And for some of you, it really could be something small. Maybe you're feeling bored with your marriage. Maybe you're feeling like it's stagnated, like the romance and things are gone. Maybe you're wanting to try something a little saucy in the bedroom. Maybe you're wanting to spice things up, but you're afraid to say that because you've never done that in the past, and you're never the one to, initiate those things. Maybe it's always been him, it's always been her, and you're like, I don't know. Well, if you speak up and share, like, hey, I was thinking, why don't we take a little weekend trip, and I got this little outfit to surprise you, and boom, things are spiced up. You've got the joy back in the relationship. But things are going to get better for you, which is good. Because for some of you, you've just felt in this spot for 6 months, 18 months, they're saying. 6 to 18 months. It's time to get out of it. Time to burst out. Now, what the angels are recommending, you have the card Mercy at the bottom. It says, let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive. And then you have the 3 of chalices and the 2 of chalices. So, remember that you are very gifted. You are very talented. You have so many abilities. They want you to know that you do, in fact, add tremendous value to this relationship. So for those of you that are in a relationship, you add a lot of value to this relationship, financially and otherwise. They're encouraging you to speak kindly to yourself and of yourself. Speak up for yourself. Because you, again, have put your needs on the back burner for others. And what's going to set you free, bring you to this state of celebration and happiness. It's also going to make things new. For those of you that are in a relationship, it's going to make things new in that relationship. It's going to renew things in that relationship if you can speak up for yourself. If you're willing to fight for it. Because again, this card is like, okay, you're at this battle point. Are you going to fight for it? Are you going to overcome this inner conflict? Are you going to speak up for yourself? The angels are encouraging you to do that. To have mercy, to speak up for yourself. See, this little bird is all chirping. And they're all celebrating and cheering him on in the background. Speak up for yourself. You'll find that it deepens your bond. You'll find that it improves things. You'll find that suddenly, instead of being in this dark place where you feel like an emotional roller coaster and you're at battle with your partner, that suddenly you're celebrating, you're enjoying life, you're in each other's arms again. It's like a new, fresh beginning. They're also saying money financially. So for some of you, finances, okay, so they're saying finances will be fine. Do keep in mind for a large number of you, finances will be fine. So for those of you that are in a relationship, you do contribute financially. The way you contribute financially does matter because you see this is a baby bird. So for some of you, you feel like, oh, well, what I offer and what I provide is minuscule. No, you do add value. Remember that. Keep that in mind. Stop tearing yourself down. You add tremendous value. Now, for those of you that are not in a relationship, well, for all of you, they want you to have fun. You need to have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Get out there, enjoy life, celebrate life. They're also encouraging some of you have fun with your friends. So for some of you that maybe the relationship is, hit this lull, it's hit this stagnant moment because maybe you're in just the mundane of just taking care of life and the kids and the home every day and just like, go spend time with your friends. Go have dinner with your friends. Go do a little long weekend with your friends. Go have fun with your friends. And then that, or some of you, go spend some time alone. Some of you would actually even benefit you to be alone for a day or two, to just get away. That will renew the relationship, strengthen the relationship, because maybe you're at each other's throats right now because you're just getting way too much time with each other. A little break with yourself or a little break with friends will help with that. And if you are single and you don't have someone at this point, they're encouraging you to, you have identified, because you've gone through so much healing up to this point, you have identified a number of your limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, the blocks that you have, maybe repeating patterns from your parents that you have had in relationships that have kept you from getting into relationships. Maybe you have seen parents cheat, and maybe you had someone cheat on you, so now you realize, okay, that's a block of mine. Now, how am I going to overcome that battle? How am I going to come back to a point of knowing that, and not everybody cheats. There's good eggs, there's bad eggs. It's not always going to happen. To release those beliefs, those patterns that have had you stuck. So they're encouraging you to do that. You have identified, because remember, this is the recent past, the recent 1 to 2 months. You have identified those things. They are congratulating you on that. Now it is to take action to release those things. So if you're single, they're encouraging you to have compassion with yourself, know that you are worthy, know that you do add value, and they want you to focus on fun, focus on your friends, in order to free up that energy for love to come in. When you're ever talking to somebody, it's that time that they're not looking for love, then suddenly love comes in. Well, that happens because they've healed themselves. They've realized what's got them stuck. They've healed it, they've released it, then they focus on everything else that's going good in life, enjoying life. They're no longer seeking, looking, hunting, and bam, love boat drops in their lap. So if you're looking, begin to enjoy time with your friends, and then you will have either a new relationship or a new beginning with someone. So hopefully that helps. Lots of love, joy, and blessings.